Purim. I don't know. Rush, rush, rush. Rush, rush, rush. Rush, rush, rush. Hey. Wait, next song.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't recognize. I don't know this song.
I know. All right, get another song then.
I got the words on my side. Yeah, okay.
Is it in Hebrew?
Yeah.
No, I mean the lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. This is the first Hebrew song I ever learned. My dad. No, I just remember the first part. The Leitzan katan sheli, ulai turkod iti, ulai.
All right, never mind. That was fun.
Happy Purim, dude.
Happy Purim, James.
Well, yeah.
L'chaim.
Well, we need to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll fill while you do that. So what's going on?
Not too much.
See how I filled that by asking you a question?
Not too much. No, this is really nice stuff. I don't know if you've tried this.
No, I haven't.
Haven't.
Have you been to any parties, any Purim parties yet this Purim season?
I have not.
Will you be going? I must say, usually you have a what has been described as a killer rooftop party every year.
It didn't kill anyone.
And
It did not kill anyone.
I have never been able to make it, and this year I was actually hoping to be able to come. And now you're not fucking doing it this year. So what happened there, James? Whoa, wait a minute. That doesn't look that doesn't look even there, Mr. Shitty bartender.
Really not all that much off.
Good enough.
So why are we drinking? I guess it was so we forget the difference between good and evil, or so we can forgive or forget the evil. No, on Purim, you're supposed to drink. You're supposed to get drunk.
I think they came up with that tradition because it's an excuse to get drunk.
No, there was something about forgetting the difference between evil and good, or something, or seeing it forgiving or something. Miriam?
I think someone got caught being a little too drunk, and someone said, "No, it's Purim, that's it, yeah." And there's Esther, and this went with this guy Megillah, and there was a thing.
I don't think anybody's name was Megillah.
And we got to get drunk. Don't argue with me. Go with it. And we got to get drunk so we don't remember exactly how unattractive Megillah was, or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was just an excuse.
Okay. I have no idea. I think I did know.
I don't remember. I just remember the part where you're supposed to swing the noisemaker. Everybody.
When they say Haman.
Yes.
That's why we eat Haman's ears.
Yes. We have Haman's ears. We should eat them.
We have Haman's ears.
We should celebrate them after we
Actually, yeah,
after we do our shots. We should after a toast.
Yeah, actually, you can pull the blue bag out. It's right behind you.
I'm not touching your blue bag.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. We have weird traditions. The Haman's ears, Oznaaman, Haman Tashin, which is Haman and Tashin is ear in Yiddish. I don't know where that really came from. Why the ears? But yeah. So we have that.
The Tashin of Haman.
The Tashin of Haman.
I think he was a composer or something like that, and he loved a girl, so he cut off his ear, and then every we celebrate by eating. I don't remember.
Van Gogh?
Oh, that wasn't him.
Yeah,
No, that's right. It's because he was a boxer, and during one of his last fights, he bit off the ear of Haman.
Okay. That could be.
I think that was it.
Oh, Sash, what's up?
Tyson versus Haman, right?
Tyson versus Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Tyson, Van Gogh, and Haman.
3 people in a ring.
I don't know. I wonder how many times that story has happened where ears were removed for some odd. Why the ear? I don't know. That's just.
Well, I don't know.
Insane,
because
right?
it's a thing. You can, it's a nice little trophy, I guess. Take the ear. Pisses people off when you can still hear. You don't go deaf when you come and cut your ear off. You're disfigured.
Yes, you do.
You're disfigured.
The movies say you go deaf when you lose your ears.
You're marked.
Haven't you seen Little Nicky?
I did, but
Jimmy
I don't
is yelling
remember.
into the yelling and testing 1 2 testing. One of the demons. I've
remember.
seen that movie a whole bunch of times.
I just remember him shoving
It's Adam Sandler coming
remember
back to
ramming a
last
pineapple
week.
in dude's ass backwards for his punishment.
Yes,
Ozzy
it says holy schnitt.
Ozzy was the devil or
It
something.
said Scheisse. Scheisse is German for shit. Like
could have, yeah.
they said Schnitt. There's terrible movies.
Keeping it kid friendly.
Cheers to terrible movies. And Purim.
Porn?
Purim.
Oh.
Purim.
All right, here's the Purim.
Fine.
And porn.
Oh, I like to sip on this.
So sip on this.
I'm gonna sip on it. It's really nice. It was this. It's not in the series of the other colors. They have the red, the black, green, blue, gold, something else.
Sure.
It's not in that series. It's, from what I understand, there's a nice story on the back. They took from each of the different blends at a different point of the distillation, and they made this. It was for like company events, for like special events, and it started winning awards. So they started mass producing it, and I got it for my friend. The way I fell upon it, I was going to get him a bottle of something else at the duty free on my way to the States, but they didn't have that. And I ended up just getting on the plane, and they had this in the duty free catalog on the plane.
Said duty.
Duties. So I got it for him, and it was amazing. We had I brought some cigars as well. And we're sitting on his back porch, drinking this amazing stuff and cigars, and it's really, really good. So I had to get a bottle. I recommend it. I do. What'd you think?
Sure.
It's it's nice. It's nice and smooth.
Sure. I'm sure after a bottle of it, I would be very drunk.
Hopefully, it'll clear my help clear my sinuses up. It's. I went to the doctor a week ago. A little over a week ago, with congestion. I was talking 2 weeks ago about the cold, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and I talked to her, and she said, no, it's fine. I'll give you a couple of days off. It wasn't fine. I ended up going back again 2 days ago. Yesterday, 2 days ago. I had to get, she sent me to get an x-ray, and they saw like this congestion in the x-ray. she said, okay, so now you need some antibiotics. Like, fuck, thanks. I've been sick for like 2 weeks because she said I didn't need anything. And now I need, and it's where are these things?
Well, what are you trying to say? You get bad healthcare service? Are you complaining about the quality of your healthcare? I mean, I don't understand. What
no,
is it
she
you're trying
just
to
didn't
say?
notice it. It was, but I have to take these like horse pills now. Have you seen these?
Yeah, they're big pills.
Massive. But I finally got some medicine and.
Well, that's good. I hope you feel better soon, and I'm sure everyone out there who's very interested in hearing about your health and your medical care is wishing you the same.
Yes, but I don't.
Thoughts and prayers from everyone.
I've been drinking a lot of ginger.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Feel
them. I feel it. I don't.
You don't feel it?
No.
I understand that. I wasn't feeling that either. So, you ever fart in your own face? And let me explain what I mean by that. Okay?
I'm gonna stop you there, probably. But go ahead.
Yeah, you go to a public bathroom. Okay, one of the first things you do is you have to build your nest. Okay, actually, before I build the nest, you know what I like to do? I like to spit on the seat and then wipe it up so if there is any little puddles there, and then you start taking out the toilet paper and you put it down so that there's no butt to seat contact. Okay, but. Okay, so then
wow, that was a ride.
so then you pull your pants down, right? Now,
hopefully,
you're standing, like the backs of your legs are basically like right up against the toilet, and your ass is basically in the space that your head, when you sit down, is about to.
Your head
to your ass is when you're standing up, okay, next to the toilet. Your ass is roughly in the space that your head will occupy when you sit down, roughly. Okay, or it's at least it's the same height. And then so if you fart while you're standing there, the fart goes right over the toilet, and then you sit down and you're now in your fart cloud.
Okay.
So this happened to me the other day, and I thought of that's when I came up with the concept of farting in your own face, and I started laughing hysterically while I was
farting in your own face, like to do this intentionally.
No, not to do it intentionally. I just realized, I just farted in my own face, and it was really stinky too. It was I definitely might be becoming lactose intolerant. It was nasty. And I started laughing hysterically in a public bathroom in the stall. So have you ever done that? Have you ever said to yourself, "I just farted in my own"? Now I hope next time you do this or it happens to you, you're gonna start laughing hysterically.
I think this has happened to me before.
It's going to happen to you, and you're going to laugh now.
It didn't really faze me, but... I've been... Actually, that's funny.
But did you, realize, you just, I just basically farted in my face. Did you make that connection when you... Probably not, otherwise you would have probably remembered it and...
Yeah, I guess not.
Possibly come up with the idea, hey, I just farted in my face.
No, I don't think I made that connection.
I blame you for this, and I blame the podcast for this, because I was holding in my fart because I was trying to take a video. I was trying to get a video of me sitting on the toilet and letting loose with a rather audaciously loud fart. So I was holding it, and I was just like a bit of, and it all came out. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I wonder what people were thinking was going on in my stall. What would you think if you heard a loud fart and then hysterical laughing while you? Would it faze you? Would you be like, what the fuck? Would you peek over? Would you peek under the stall?
I think it would make me laugh. I think I would start laughing also. So there's just two strangers in two separate bathroom stalls.
Farting and laughing.
You walk into the bathroom and you hear two guys laughing in two separate stalls. What would you think?
It's like dueling banjos.
Dueling Peters. Because it was Peter Jackson and Peter Griffin. Yeah, TV references.
So, what else is going on? Had any funny thoughts or?
Well, I actually there was this joke that my I don't even know where I heard, but I know I heard it from my family at some dinner, some celebratory or mournful dinner for one of our holidays. And they told us this joke. How can you sum up all of the Jewish holidays in 9 words?
I don't know.
No, I'm gonna cue the Jeopardy music. They tried to kill us. We won. Let's eat.
It's a great joke.
I know.
It's kind of old though.
I think I told it to you a long time ago.
I think I've seen it on the internet since, like 2,000 years ago. It's kind of old.
So this is before the internet. This is like
It's an old joke.
But yeah. How true.
Yeah, but the tradition of this holiday isn't to eat. It's to get drunk and party and be loud and obnoxious in silly costumes. Why costumes? Why costumes?
It started as dressing up as the characters from the Megillah.
You know
from
what?
the whole
I think
Megillah.
you're right. I do remember when I was in Hebrew school dressing
like-
up as the.
It was like
would
Princess
you like a
Esther.
Haman
and-
Tashin?
Oh yes, I would love a Haman's ear.
Oh yes. You cannibal
So,
motherfucker.
folks, this is a Haman's ear. It's just like dough wrapped up in a triangle. It's kind of like a Spock's ear.
Which reminds me more like a
than
diamond, really, than a triangle. Does look like a kind of Star Trek kind of. Live long and prosper, dude.
Can you do this?
No.
I know a lot of people that can't do that.
Some people are stupid.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
Oh shit.
To Chaim.
Who the hell is Chaim?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's my neighbor.
That could.
He's a good guy, and
That
here's to
could
my
be.
neighbor.
I don't know your neighbor.
He plays the guitar. Sometimes I hear him playing Pink Floyd.
Oh
Good
yeah.
guy.
Like on the same floor, neighbor, or
Yeah, the guy lives right next to me.
you have 2 neighbors, right?
No. Oh.
What's the other door?
Yeah, I guess technically I share a wall with them too. So, yeah, there's other people over there.
Okay.
I don't like them.
Let's hope they don't listen to this.
Yeah, they're nice enough people. Or I don't know. I never talk to them. They're people, so I just generally don't like them. This is my go-to thing. I hate people, so I said, hey, let's talk to lots of them on a podcast.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm okay with people far away. At a distance.
Like in movies and stuff.
Who is that? Who is Alexandra?
She's from my last job.
See, I like her. I don't know who she is, but she's far away. She's a good person. Not bothering me at all.
Far away. I don't think she's all that far away though.
Which is far enough.
So I don't understand. Like I've never had anything else that had this filling. This filling, to my knowledge, only exists for these. It's
Tmarim.
No, it's
It's not pereg.
It's pereg.
It's not. It's tmarim.
No, you can see the pereg.
No, it's tmarim.
No, it's not. It's pereg.
Just I'm pretty sure it's tmarim.
It's poppy seeds.
It's not.
And dude, it absolutely is.
You grabbed the wrong ones.
That's the filling. Those are poppy seeds.
Those aren't poppy seeds.
Those are poppy seeds. They're round and black.
You got the wrong ones.
But where else does that filling exist? Is it made just for these?
Heroin. I think it's made just for heroin.
Just for heroin.
Just for heroin.
I actually asked that in
They're very
in school.
addictive cookies.
No, when the dare officer came by in school, I actually asked him, "What happens if you eat a poppy seed bagel, or if you eat?" I don't think I asked about Homentoshens, but no, he said if you eat a whole bunch, like it could show up. But it depends on the strength of the.
Yes, but I believe I heard from a doctor
tuning
it
of the
would be
test.
something like 100 bagels.
It's not as much on
So
the bagels as
Patevon and your 100 bagels.
It's the part count. So if they're testing 2 ounces and they're looking for 5 parts per million.
No
Well, nevertheless,
no one cares.
I worked in a lab.
No one cares.
Where they did that. I was just.
And now
I had
you
a
don't,
stupid
so
job.
Move on.
I was an aliquoter, or an accessioner. I don't know what either of those words means. And I do, but it was a boring job.
No, you're a boring man.
Thank you. I hope that works out for us.
So, what's in the news? Anything interesting?
What else is new? There are some new things.
Ooh, we're live. Okay.
We are indeed live.
So, last week we had a very serious conversation about guns and things. So I thought that this week we would keep it live with some fart stories and talk about something lively like arming teachers in schools.
That's a fun
Okay.
topic.
Yeah.
Arming teachers.
Yay or nay? Are you pro or against armed teachers?
I'm pro.
I'm pro too because I think it'll really help get rid of stupid kids, the annoying kids, the ones you really don't like, and the ones who should be shot and not make it through life.
Yeah.
I suspect you were one of those kids.
Kind of.
I think teachers should be able to not only be armed so that they can shoot intruders. I think they should be able to shoot annoying students.
No, listen. Some kids just anyway.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Nothing would have made me do my homework and sit quietly in class more than if my teacher pulled out a .45 and started taking a couple shots. Right past my shoulder. Just a couple warning shots. Pew pew. I'd be like, motherfucker. I studied like a motherfucker. That would work.
Probably.
No, it would. It would. I am relatively sure I would do my homework.
It's like those.
I
the
would
scared
sit
straight.
quietly in class.
Yeah, it's like scared straight.
No, that would be the real scared straight. Real scared straight.
Bearing straights.
Yes, that would be the real Bering Straits.
Dire straits.
That would not be dire straits.
How do I get Mark Knopfler to come to Israel?
I
want to make that happen.
Get $50 in lunch. I don't know.
Done.
Is he busy now? What's he done? What's he doing lately?
No, he tours around.
Local bars. What?
I don't know. Actually,
Sorry, man, not my thing.
No, I don't know what he's done for a while, but no, he does shows. I don't know.
All right. We do our show.
Blaze Branson.
I'll give him a falafel if he comes and do our show. Two falafels.
I'll get him a sabich.
Ooh, I'll get him a shawarma laffa and a Coke.
Ooh, that's a hot discussion though, sabich. Because you know the sabich I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
There's only one sabich. All the others are terrible.
And which is the good one?
Bugashov. Gabay.
No, the guy who has a good schnitzel too?
Right around the corner from us.
Yes, that was good.
I've had it from so many other places, from Frischmann, from Gabay. I've actually been to Gabay.
Have you had the one in Ramat Gan?
There's which one?
I don't know. I would not. I don't know. You'd have to see inside my head to understand where it is. But the road goes like this, and then right over here there's a little stand, and the guy is all loud and he's like blah 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 blah, and puts the woo, and it's really annoying, and I really hate it. But everyone seems to love it. And there's a long.
He's
line.
always talking about like soccer teams and stuff.
I don't
That's
understand
Gabay.
a fucking word.
That's Gabay.
In Ramat
It's
Gan.
in Give a time on Schenken, like right off Schenken or something. But yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane. You have to tell him.
It's not really insane.
How many of a certain number of a certain player, and they're doing some sort of kick, and that means that you want a sabich with extra eggplant, and you want the seasoning.
Yeah, he starts screaming Maccabi or whatever, and you got to know what the fuck that means.
Give me a fucking sabich, man. Leave me alone. I don't know this shit. I don't watch
It was quite
sports.
annoying.
I don't have energy for it.
It was a pretty good sabich.
It is very good.
It was a good
It is
sabich.
very good. But at Gabay, they fry the eggplant. Like, they fry the eggplant in all the places. But some of the places, they leave it really soggy. And at Gabay, because that's what gives me the heartburn. The almost crispy, nearly dry eggplant that they do at Gabay is just brilliant.
Don't they also put potato, like fried potato, like a
they take
a
the
tater
falafel,
tot or something?
They take the falafel maker, like the handheld falafel maker, and they put mashed potatoes in it.
That's okay.
And
I do.
They
yeah,
throw
you know
that
what?
into the oil.
If you're in Tel Aviv, you should really go to Bugashov and get one of those things.
With the egg.
It's been like 11 years since I've
in.
had one. You know what?
I just like
Stop the show. Let's go get one.
I just like their style, man. They take the egg, they throw it in there, and they just take a knife and slice it up while it's in there.
Next week we're going on the
flatten it out
road,
a little
and
bit.
we are going to get sabich. We're
And they
going to do it
put
on the road.
like this cumin and some other seasonings. They have amazing soups. They have this dandush and harira and.
You said douche.
I said harira. No.
No.
But yeah. Sabich, falafel Gabay, and they have a branch up in Renkoff. Gabay, give us money. But yes.
Brought to you by, sponsored by Gabay.
Hopefully sponsored to you for you.
Hopefully sponsored by Gabay. If it isn't Gabay's, it sucks. Unless someone else is sponsoring us, and then if it isn't, place your name here.
No,
it sucks.
It's a serious debate topic. It like you get into fights with people over the best hummus, the best falafel, the best.
No one gets
all of
into
it.
real fights.
Fist fights, like gun fights, saber fights,
Fist fights, like gun fights.
No, that was a progression.
How exactly does that work?
No, it's fist fights and like gun fights and saber fights.
No, it's true. I have often seen, the two guys sitting at the bar, and one says Gabbai and the other one says, Frischman, and all of a sudden, draw, partner. Happens all the time.
All
That's
the
why
time.
I had
Constantly.
to stop. It's why I had to stop going to Mike's place.
That's why?
Yes, that was the exact reason.
Because of
Not
a gunfight.
too many fights over who had the best sabich. It got annoying.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, Gabbai is amazing. There's
their food. To be honest with you, the food may or may not be good, depending on whether or not they ever want to sponsor us.
That's true. I will go there in disguise, just to get my fix.
You go there?
I have been there.
You go to? Well, no, I'm not. Have you been there? I've been there. I've been there lots of times. I celebrated New Year's there several occasions.
I go there from
twice.
Gabbai?
Mike's place.
Oh. I was still on Gabbai. No, I haven't been to Mike's place in a while. In a long while.
When I started my new job.
I was there about 2 years ago for a work party.
When I started my new job.
And I hadn't been there for a year before
They took me out to lunch, and they said, where would the American guy want to go? So they decided Mike's place was the place I would want to eat at. And I got to tell you something. It was not good.
What did you order?
The chicken club.
I've had the chicken club.
Wrap.
I've had the chicken club wrap.
It wasn't good.
It's why? What was not good?
It was very overcooked.
Ah. No, mine was cooked properly.
Well,
I used to love getting their chili cheese fries. It's not on the menu. But you can get chili cheese fries. They have chili fries, and they have cheese fries, but nobody ever ordered them together. Well, every time I went there. Really? Huh. Why would you do that? Because they were fucking idiots.
Do they have chili cheese dogs?
I don't know. Do you remember bagel dogs? Cheese bagel dogs? Do you remember those?
I remember bagel dogs. My mom used to get them at Price Club or whatever.
But you were keeping kosher, or your mom was kosher?
My house was kosher.
So they have the cheese ones where, like, if you squeeze the meat, cheese comes out.
I don't like to squeeze my meat. And no, wait, let me rephrase that. When I squeeze my meat, I don't like cheese coming out. Is this better, Ken? Is this more light humor for you?
Wait. Hang on.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Cheese bagel dogs.
I know what they are.
No, but we need to see. You need to see the inside of these.
Are we going to add another visual element? Are we actually going to be able to do that on this episode? This is a new technology being used by the.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my camera, my phone up to the camera.
Woohoo!
Wait, where's the? I don't see the ones that I'm talking. I'm seeing recipes that people have made.
Did you type in the brand name? Was it Crafts?
No, here, bagel dogs.
Crapperoni.
Hebrew National
bagel dog with cheese. That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't, right? Well, Hebrew National wasn't even kosher, though, were they? I think they weren't even kosher.
Yeah, I think it depended on your. I think it was one of those. Oh, who do you want to bribe to have their hechsher on their product? And they didn't want to. I think that it was actually a kosher thing. I think it was a political. It was a political rabbi thing.
No, actually, you can see it here.
Really? Can you? I don't see anything. Do you? Do you see anything?
Hang on. Okay. They changed the way you have to view the way you view images. I don't know if you've noticed this on Google Images.
I have.
You can't view image anymore. You have to view the page, which is really annoying. So I've saved this image and I have to go through the redirects and just to get to the picture that I fucking saved, and I can't even see the picture that I saved. Like I have to go to it.
Can't you just go to your gallery and view it there if you saved it? Isn't that how it works?
No, it's on Pinterest. It's on Pinterest. And you have to create an account to look at anything on Pinterest. Did you notice this? You know this?
I would just like to say that Pinterest sucks ass. And
yeah, they're fuckers.
Yeah.
So I have to just like download the picture off of the.
If you're on Pinterest, I don't like you and will not.
I am already unfollowing you on Pinterest.
Yes. If I had Pinterest, I would unfollow stuff and things.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. I know you would.
Yeah. So Google has become extremely annoying with that. I really don't like that at all.
Well, careful what you say about Google.
Cheese bagel dogs. Fuck it. I don't know.
Google's vengeful. God. She will strike you down.
Hot dogs with cheese in them. Anyway.
It's a pretty simple concept. I'm sure I understand.
I hope so.
Take a syringe with some cheese and right in the middle of a hot dog.
It's like they just threw cheese in with the mix for the lips and hooves of the hot dog meat. Is it lips and hooves or lips and assholes?
Lips, hooves, assholes, it's all good. The tasty bits. Foreskins. Horse foreskin, you know.
So anyway.
That's where they get the cheese from.
Famunda cheese? It's not really Famunda cheese, though.
What is Famunda cheese? Was it some kind of
cheese? Famunda D's nuts.
Oh!
Yeah, that's a different cheese altogether.
That's a different cheese. Yeah.
Never gets old. What else is new?
I don't think any children died in school shootings this week. Yay!
I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think well. Oh, cool. Wait a minute, you're. All right, never mind. I went yay already. Blew the whole thing.
No, I that is kind of silly to request that teachers carry that they carry weapons.
Well, you know what? I had to change it. You know what? Someone on Facebook today actually made me look at something slightly different. Instead of looking at it like this, I look at it like this now.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah, a little different. A little different. Because, in my head, when people are talking about, don't get me wrong, I'm still against it, but I look at it differently now. I'm against it for totally different reasons. Look, when I picture arming teachers, okay, I think about every teacher having to spend their summer down at a range, learning how to put bullets in a magazine, okay, put a magazine in, get around in the chamber, and be able to competently hit a target at, let's say, 50 yards, okay, which an 8-year-old should be able to do. Okay, but now I don't know about what it was like when you went to school. When I went to school, my teachers were mostly women, and I would say that they were generally 60 years of age plus. Okay, could you imagine giving these teachers.
There are no young teachers. They don't exist.
Well, when I was in high school, the teachers. Yeah, but when I was in grade school, this was like this was what the teachers were. They were old women.
Yeah.
Okay. In 5th grade, I had a teacher who. It would not have surprised me to find out that he was a World War II vet. Oh, wait a minute. World War 40, so if he was in his 20s, 50. Nah, he would have been too old. And then you're talking about
PTSD.
He would have been too old, I think, to be a World War II vet. But, you never know. I guess, what do I know? He might
Korea
have been.
or Vietnam.
I don't remember how. Maybe he seemed older to me because I was a little kid. But, no, and in 7th grade, I had a teacher that was a Vietnam vet. But the rest of my teachers...
Wait, how old were Vietnam vets back then?
When I was in, well, I had a teacher in 7th grade, so I don't know, 80,
like 40s, 50s,
83, 84. So if they came back
70,
in like their 20s, let's say they came back at like 21. 30-something, 35-year-olds, 34-year-old, in that general range. I guess back then would have been Vietnam.
Miriam's already answering us. In their 30s and 40s when you were in junior high school and high school.
Yeah, that's what I said.
74. Cool. And there was another teacher shooting. Jesus Christ. I can't see any of my old teachers marching around with guns. Even a little fucking Derringer, whatever.
Oh.
Not even to go to the full extreme.
And if they did have
to
guns,
make a stupid argument.
They did have guns, I could see them more using them on their annoying students than I could actually competently trying to take down a shooter.
It's like this teacher was saying. There was the elderly teacher, I think from Florida also, who was saying that she would have to, get to the safe, and by the time she would get to the safe, unlock the gun, pull it out, load it, cock it, she'd be dead. They'd all be dead. These are elderly women, but also there was the younger woman who was saying, I have no interest in guns. Like, they're going to give me a bonus. I don't even have money to pay for my kids' supplies.
Yeah, no. When you think about it, also,
real,
the younger
man.
teachers, most of my teachers, I would have to say, the ones that were younger of age were probably, let's say, leftovers from the 60s, the flower children. Okay, these were absolutely not women interested in touching guns in any way. Certainly not in committing murder. Okay, even if it was to save other, I definitely don't see them being very good with a firearm. But this is what someone today said that made me think twice about it. What if it's not arming? Or this is how I took what he said. What if it's not arming all the teachers? What if it's taking?
No, it was something like 20% or something.
Hiring teachers that are former vets and that have served in combat units, that have served in combat and don't suffer from PTSD. Let's make that one of the requirements. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if you had, let's say, 5 to 10 of these guys in the school,
mm-hmm.
Now they could possess guns. Those 10 could possess guns. That makes more sense to me and would be certainly more sensible than arm all the teachers.
But no, he was not. He was never talking about arming all the teachers. It was 20%.
Well, but this is
10 to 20% of teachers.
But this is why I still, even if it was, only hire vets and blah blah blah. But here's
I cannot imagine your sister.
Here's my problem with that. Here's my problem with that. Now you're putting now the requirement for the qualifications for being a teacher is no longer being a highly qualified teacher. It's being a highly qualified teacher and a former vet. So once you add that you're automatically cutting down on the people who are actually going to be qualified.
Well, I
So
think
someone who's highly qualified teacher but not a vet gets disqualified.
I think a former vet is a dead person.
All right, yeah, I get your point.
But a lot again.
But
lot
you know
of
what
those
I- but
vets
you know what I
were
mean.
suffering from PTSD, and you know.
Well, no, as
to-
I said, they're out of qualification. They cannot
how do you
have
qualify
guns.
them?
Having PTSD. If someone is, if someone is
What if you don't really know?
been diagnosed.
This goes
Look,
into
look,
last
look.
week's debate and 2 weeks ago debate.
Yes, again, there's no
issuing
way-
a test, a psychological profile of these people to see if they're mentally capable of carrying a gun. It's the same test, just a different level of qualification, maybe. But
Well, I'm not disqualifying them from having a gun, and well, no, it's like I said last week. Actually, having PTSD
I'm not
should disqualify you from having a
disqualifying
gun.
them from having a gun. If this is somebody who actually does know, if somebody, but again, like.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Move on.
I'm confident with my understanding of guns, how to use a gun, how to respect a gun, how to treat a gun. That I would be able to carry one if I were a teacher.
I would not want you having a gun.
I wouldn't want you.
I'm
having
sorry.
A gun
I
either.
do not believe that you would be Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collected and be able to keep your head in a crisis situation. And that's what would be required.
Yeah.
I definitely know
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to keep it calm, cool. I'm gonna be the motherfucker blam, 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 blam. Oh shit! I just blammed it. I just shot 8 kids in the head. Oops. That was the recess bell, not the shooter.
I
Oh,
did something.
I wouldn't have my coffee yet. I'd kill 16
something
kids.
would happen. Oh yeah, we're not talking politics this week. You wanted to talk unicorns and candy and shit. You want to talk about shit?
Well,
I don't
Miriam, you
really.
missed it. We
I
talked
don't
about.
really.
I
Yeah,
talked
we
about
talked-
farting in my
yeah,
own
we did
face.
that.
Okay,
We
you
did that.
missed it.
But
No. But here was the thing. But just quickly to talk. I absolutely don't think teachers should have guns. All the teachers should have guns, or most teachers. Okay, I don't think that you should hire vets because if you put if you make that a qualification or requirement, I think you're cutting down the level of the education that the kids are going to be getting, and plus, I think you're going to be cutting down the effectiveness of the security and the deterrence. Because if let's say I had a gun and I was one of these teachers, my responsibility is going to be to teach my class and everything else. I am not going to be on the lookout. It's going to be kids are going to die before I would be able to. Even if my gun was on my hip and not in a safe or anything else, if it was on a holster on my, by the time I got over to the side of the school and everything else, and then depending on how many teachers there are and everything else, I'd be one man with a gun against another, hopefully just one man with a gun. Okay, Columbine was 2 guys or 3? 2.
I think it was 3.
3?
I
Okay,
don't know,
3
it was a
versus
couple kids.
not good odds. No. I think, look, and in a perfect world, it would be, well, we shouldn't need any of this. We should just pass some laws and it'll
Too
all go
fucking
away.
late.
And in a perfect world, that's what would happen. But that's not a perfect world. In a realistic world, we would build a fence around our schools. Okay, we would control the entrance and the exit points with armed guards. And it wouldn't just be one old guy, okay, one former vet from Vietnam who's now like 70-something years old, okay?
That's turning a blind eye to the root of the problem.
And he's sitting in the guard
though.
booth reading a magazine and listening to the baseball games on his transistor radio.
But that's putting a Band-Aid on the root of the problem.
No, I think that we should take qualify. We should give them a test, and yes, this isn't a test to own a gun, but it's a test to get a job working in security around schools, and we should hire professional security teams to protect the schools. And people are going to say, no, we can't do that. You can't put bars on the windows and fences around it. It makes it look like because then it's like a prison. But you know what? I would rather have my child safe inside of a school learning, okay, in something that looks like a prison, rather than dead on the lawn of a pretty little school. It would make me feel better.
Again, putting a Band-Aid on the root of the problem.
Well, I think we should settle one thing at a time, okay?
I think you stop these kids from being able to get guns, and then you get...
Okay,
no?
here's what I do. I say, first, let's keep the kids safe. First, let's get the kids safe.
How do you keep the kids safe? You stop people from getting the guns.
No, first, let's keep the kids safe today.
I think you could do both
Let's
of them
do
at the
something
same
that we
time.
can
I don't
do
think it really
today.
makes much of a difference.
Let's get the schools safe, and then we can sit there and fight the politics of it. But let's do something.
But I think you could do both at the same time. It's not really...
Well, no, because here's what's going on. We can do both at the same time. The township, your state, okay, can give the funding for security and can hire the teams. You don't need Congress and everything else.
So many
you
companies
do
have
need
been
Congress
backing
and the
out.
president and the Senate and everything else to pass new gun legislation, okay, or federal legislation anyway. Although when you look at where these school shootings happen, you'll notice that states like New York that have very, very New Jersey that have very strict gun laws. Have no shootings. Or I shouldn't say no shootings because we've got like Newark and Camden. There's lots of them. But we really don't have the school shootings that seem to appear in every place else. You certainly can't walk into a store and buy a gun in 5 days. It's like 6.5 days, I think. No, I think the average time is like 4 to 6 months to get a permit to go buy a gun. Wow. And I don't know what the age limit is, but I'm pretty sure it's not 16.
I don't understand. Who's arguing against that? Like, I don't understand what the argument is against.
Against
that.
What?
Enforcing some sort of an age restriction even. In states where there isn't one. There's local legislation that requires you to be of a certain age.
I was just trying to be
in
like,
some states, but
playing devil's advocate guy and taking that what the argument would be, but I really can't make one. Not even joking around. I can't really.
But Miriam said something. Before. We send in Trump and arm him with all our thoughts and prayers.
Hey, don't make fun of him. Listen, he's a very brave man. He said he would run in, even if he didn't have a gun. He should be considered a hero.
Listen,
he should get a peace prize.
Listen, just take everything he says as just kofefe misspelled into something that looks like actual words and actual sentences and actual concepts and people's names. It's not. It's just random letters that he's typing and all kofefe.
And let's not bash Trump for doing nothing because no president has done anything effective.
This is defective. This is like making things worse. Some of the things he's done, but we're not making this a political
considering that
show.
this has progressively gotten worse, everything then that has been done has caused it to progressively get worse.
What the fuck is a bone spur? What is a bone spur?
Oh, it's very painful. I've had them before. It hurts.
Bone spur. I want to know what it looks like. It's just like a little piece of the bone that breaks off or something.
You see this
right?
thing? Like these little skin tags? Imagine that growing on your bone, but it's like sharp.
So that every time
so that every time you step, see, it's like pointy. So that when you step, okay, I had one on my heel. Okay, so that every time you step, it's like it's like a pin inside your foot stabbing you. It's very fucking painful. It was a common excuse, but if you really have one, it really fucking sucks.
That does not sound like fun.
No.
But no, we're not making a political show. We're
no, tickling my balls with a feather.
I do want to talk about. Okay, so I saw Black Panther. You didn't see it.
Let's talk about guns.
No, listen. It was a really cool movie. Really cool. And I liked the way it sounds really cheesy without having seen it, but it was a really kind of an empowering type of movie. Like it had a.
Were you empowered? Do you feel like an empowered black man?
No,
now?
but I understood what. Yeah, I understood. It was a nice movie. That's irrelevant. After watching it, I thought, wow, I wonder what it was rated on IMDb and like what age groups, because you can really break it down. If you click on the rating on IMDb, you can get into like demographics and age groups and genders. It was rated like 7.8, 9, something like that. 7.8. And the majority of the votes were in the like there. I don't know if there were really any 10s, but 987, and then 7,400 something votes voted 1.
Now, I think those people are racist, but you said no. Could you explain to me how you don't think those people are racist?
You're waiting for that. No, 100% of them are racist. That's I
disagree.
I don't know.
I absolutely, positively, 100% disagree that they are
imagine,
all racist.
I can't
There's
imagine
no
how
way
many
they
of
are
these
all
people.
racist.
Okay, there's like one person that was
maybe,
not a racist.
Maybe one guy was supposed to be the director and didn't get the job, and he's just like, fuck you.
Pounds again, Miriam. You got good taste. It was
that?
a really.
She loves black pepper. I can't see that.
Black pepper, coarsely ground.
All right, well, good for you. All right.
It was
like
a really
cardamom.
cool movie. So, out of all of the votes, one person, 7,000 something people voted at 1. 1. Like, come on, that's obviously racist. That's just saying, fuck them.
It's not obviously racist.
Absolutely. Come on, it was
some, but come on, you're like 100% guaranteed. You were willing to bet me $1 billion before because we can't prove it.
I did not say $1 billion.
No, you said you'd be willing to bet me anything, and I said, okay, $1 billion. And
No,
you said, well, there's no way we could prove it.
So I didn't agree to the $1 billion though.
No,
So
but
I
you
did
would
not
have
bet
been.
you.
You would have been.
I said I would actually bet you money.
And I said, all right,
and I don't bet. It was a good movie. But then just talking today, I had to go to look at other racial or movies.
If I had to give it a score, I
for
would give it a 1. Do you know why? Because I haven't seen it. And I only see good movies, and I haven't seen it, therefore it must suck. Ipso facto, it's a 1.
Sound reasoning.
See? And I'm not racist.
So I had to look up at least one other movie. So I looked at Schindler's List. And Schindler's List also, I actually still have it open. Schindler's List, 374,000 voted 10. And it tapers down to about 7 where it kind of dwindles to the lower numbers that had voted for it. That had voted that number. But then there's a little spike of 17,149 that voted it a 1.
And I don't think any of them are racist.
You don't think?
I think it was a mistake.
I don't think they're racist.
I
think
think
they're
they
anti-Semitic.
confused Schindler's List and they thought it was a Rob Schneider film.
I think
and they were expecting it to be a comedy, and they were like,
"No,
this is not funny."
No,
and they were like,
what?
"No,
What the fuck are
I
you
do
talking
not
about?
think that."
It was not
I
Schindler's-
think it was all just a mistake. They were looking for Rob. They thought it was
No.
like part 2. What's that? With the thing where he placed the. They thought it was Deuce Bigelow, Schneider's List or something, and they were like, "Oh, this isn't funny."
No,
I
think
made a bad movie
I think
this time.
those people thought it was about Schindler Lifts, the elevator company,
There you go.
and
They
it
thought
was not. And they
and were
voted
very
a
upset
1.
because it wasn't about neither of those things.
But people are always going to silently protest in some way, have their voice heard, even if not, even if it's just a click, just to raise that number of 1s a little bit higher. And I think that's, people are racist.
I think people just don't like shit. I think some people just like to be cunts, and it has nothing to do with race. They just like to be
Black Panther
cunts,
wasn't even
and
really
they will give it a low score just because. Meh.
Even with all of that, Black Panther wasn't even really it was a comic book movie because he was a comic book character, but it wasn't. It wasn't like any other comic book movie.
I am not going to go see it, and I will tell you why. I never heard of Black Panther before in my life.
Me neither.
Okay, until I saw the coming attractions at Star Wars. And you know what? I really don't care about it, and I'm really getting sick and tired of comic book hero movies.
I am too. This one was actually good, though. Because, again, it didn't really feel like a comic book movie so much.
Speaking of comic book, did you know that they made a
it was sci-fi, definitely.
An Archie's?
Huh?
They made, what was it called? An Archie's? What was? Wasn't there a name of that? The Riverdale? No, I think that's the name of it.
Archie.
Yeah, no. You know Archie and
Bunker?
Jughead. No, Archie and Jughead and Veronica and Betty. The comic book.
I know of them.
Okay, they made a movie, but I think it's like a horror movie, but it's like the Riverdale. Can you Google it? Riverdale. I'll do it. All right, wait a minute. See, this is why I have to use my phone during this show. Riverdale, the comic book movie horror thing. I love Google.
Riverdale.
It's called, no, it's not called Jughead. Damn it. I should just, is there a Miriam.com? I should really, come on, Miriam it.
Ma'am, just share your desktop with us.
It wasn't a movie? What was it, a TV show?
Read. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Well, I had to read the one in big print. I'm sorry.
I do not know what this is. I do not know of this.
I saw it on a thing that was talking about TV shows.
This is making me
not
want
the
to
kind
watch
of place that you would
Student
watch
Bodies.
them. Possibly not above law ways. No, not one of those places. It was a place where you could go and read about TV shows and like learn like it was like an IMDb type thing.
Moviepoopshoot.com?
No, yeah, it was like a movie poop shoot type thing. You can go and rate shows and get the synopsis and find out who's going to eat the shit that you've eaten and then shit out.
What was
the
it?
shit.
His aorta was clogged 100%. What was it?
Yes, Kevin Smith had a massive heart attack.
It was the aortic artery.
It was his LMD. There was the artery that they called the Widowmaker. It was 100% clogged.
The Widowmaker.
He had he was doing a stage show, and was scheduled to do a second show, and decided that he should go to the hospital. And they said, had you not come in immediately, you would have died.
10 minutes later, you just.
Yep, almost lost Kevin Smith.
Stop dying, people. Stop fucking dying.
People that make funny movies and say funny shit on TV don't die. Celebrities that make really bold political statements on Facebook and on TV and everything else die. Thank you. That was just a public service announcement from me. So we're just going to have dead air while we read? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. All you had to say was, it's a TV show on the WB. That's all I need to know. And I won't watch it. I don't. Have they done anything good?
The WB?
Yeah. Or they're like Monk. Monk was on the WB, wasn't it?
I can't think of anything that I would call actually good that would be on WB. I don't know. I think Monk might have been USA.
Do you watch Mr. Robot?
No.
Did you? Have you?
I have. And I stopped.
Actually, I have watched some Flash. I have seen most of Flash.
I don't want to see you Flash.
I have not seen more recent Flash. Maybe I have. I don't know. I've been watching it with Dunn as it comes out, I guess. I don't know. I never watched it on my own. I'm too scared.
I started off with Arrow, and at first I saw Arrow.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I didn't like it.
I
didn't like it. And then I started watching it, and then somehow they did a crossover episode with Arrow, Flash, and there was a third one. A third superhero TV show.
Texas Pete?
No, and all three of them did a cross, and
Pecos Bill.
and it was like one episode was on one show, another episode was so I had to watch the other show to see the 3 parts of the episode, and that's how I got into
was
Flash.
It Legends of Tomorrow?
It might have been Legends of Tomorrow.
He can't see your comment.
Damn it!
I'm smart.
You're really not. You're not smart. Miriam's fast.
Supergirl. I don't know. I think I saw something of Supergirl. I was watching Jessica Jones.
I actually
Jessica
think
Jones is
Supergirl
cool.
was came in a later crossover. I don't think she was in the original crossover. She might have been, but I don't think you had to watch her show to see it, even though she was involved in it. I think it was a later episode.
That is possible. That is possible.
There were multiple crossovers, and at some point I got sick of all of them. You got anywhere else
something
to be?
like this? No.
This is. I would just like to let you all know that our show is only an hour long. We are now 5 minutes into our into our second hour, because that's how much we love you people.
I didn't even
We are
notice.
giving you bonus footage for free, and all we ask in return is that you go to our Facebook page, you go to our YouTube channel, you like us,
It's
you
simple,
share
guys.
us, you tell
It's
us
simple.
about your
Just
friends.
knock it off.
When you bully people, you tell them to watch our show as you give them punches in the face and stick them in lockers. Is that too much to ask? Okay, is it too much to
Apparently
ask?
it is.
That
Apparently
you should
it is.
spray
You know what?
paint our.
You know what? You want to
After you
just
shoot
forget
up
about
the
us
school,
after
you should
turn
spray
this off.
paint
That's
Jews
fine.
in the media in your school on the walls before you shoot yourself in the head. Is that too much to ask, you people? Fucking hell! All right, back to the show.
Anyway. No, I really like this stuff. It's because, like, I like a good.
You
whiskey.
like it so much you had one shot.
I'm not trying to get drunk right now.
Then you don't like it that much. I know people that really like it.
But those are the people that'll drink anything. I don't
Yeah,
drink
but they would
anything.
like that if they had it. They would really like that.
No, I like
for
this.
the time it lasted.
It's just nice and.
Back in my drinking days, would have been about 7 minutes.
It
was
would
a
you
nasty
would you
trick.
like another glass?
I would not. I have to drive home,
Yes. I have to drive to sleep.
and it is Purim.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if it's a Wednesday. Is Wednesday gonna be a big party night? I don't know if there's really.
I
Gonna
am
be
hearing
checkpoints.
noises.
You live in Tel
outside.
Aviv. There's always noises.
No, I'm hearing
outside.
more noises than I usually do.
I don't know how big
It
a
is
party
more
night
noisy.
it may or may not be, but there may or may not be a checkpoint. So I'm definitely not going to have enough. I went to a work party. Speaking of which, I went to a work party the other night. Okay, and I was only there for a short period of time, and I thought I was going to be there longer. Okay. And I just, I got there a little early and stuff. I said, I'm gonna enjoy my time. I like my coworkers, good, fun people. So I'm gonna have a couple and have a good time, right? In case you're wondering, I went as Negan from The Walking Dead. You don't know who he is because you don't watch The Walking Dead.
Nope.
He's the
guy?
the bad guy. Okay, he's the villain in the show this time. So
This time?
well, every couple seasons there's a new villain.
Okay.
So he's the current villain. There've been cannibals and other bad guys, and all.
Do they have
sorts
like a conscience? Like, do they?
of bad guys?
I thought that zombies like.
No, zombies have no conscience. No conscience. They just know that they have to.
They're
eat.
not like vengeful. They don't like take
No.
revenge. Or
No, they're just
anything.
hungry.
They're just like.
All they know is this is it. Eat.
So how is there a bad guy?
Well,
Aren't they
he's-
all bad guys?
Well, no, he's not a zombie. He's a human.
Why is he a bad guy?
Well, imagine this. Imagine there was no more supermarkets and everything else, right?
Oh, okay.
You had to
So
scrounge for
he's
food,
on the other,
and someone came along with a gun and tried to take your food.
Yeah,
Would you consider him to be the good guy or the bad guy?
No, he's a good guy. He's just trying to eat. Join me.
So, you know, he is the bad
for
guy.
food.
There is the group that we have been following, and they are presumed to be the good guys. And he's the group that is new, and they are presumed to be the bad guys. Although, if the TV show centered around them, around Negan and his group of survivors, they might be seen as the good guys, when along came this group of, Rick and his gang of merry men. That we currently see, if these guys were new,
Now I want to watch Robin Hood Men in Tights again.
I just watched the original Robin Hood from 1937 the other day with Errol Flynn. Love that movie.
How is it? I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
I loved it. We went to my mom's house and I brought it with me. Popped it in the TV. It was good. Good fucking movie. One scene, Errol Flynn is fighting. He's in a sword fight. He's in a sword fight, right? And he says, and then like he stops for a second. And you can see that there's like a 45-degree bend in his sword. So shitty, special love.
Classic Flynn.
Oh, you
classic. Yeah.
So I was saying some. Yes. So I had 2 beers and then I had I got a phone call and I had to go home and it's no big deal. I wasn't drunk, but I hadn't had anything to eat. Okay, I don't smoke. Okay, so I really had nothing that was like to just take away from the smell of the alcohol on my breath though, and I didn't even give it a second notice.
Altoid.
I didn't give it. I don't carry Altoids. Okay, no hemorrhoids, no Altoids, no deltoids, no glute. I don't carry any of that stuff.
No hemorrhoids?
Nope, I don't carry them. I got a box of them at home, but I just leave them. So, I'm coming home and I'm on like the main road through my town. Okay, through Rishon.
Through your village.
Yes. And I'm at a point where there's no place to turn. Okay, and there's traffic, and I see lights up ahead. Now, it happened every day last week. There were cops there. And they weren't searching cars, okay? There were police there. They had everyone merging into one lane. And the cops were just, I don't know what they were looking for. Bad inspection stickers. I have no idea. But they really weren't giving people a very hard once over. And so I really wasn't over, but then I was like, shit, what if tonight's the night they do start to question, they do stop, I've got this beer. I was scared. I was scared that I might get, I guess really I wasn't going to get busted I wasn't really going to, if they breathalyzed me, I'm sure I would have come up fine, but I didn't want the hassle of having to deal with the cops and having them smell alcohol on my breath.
That's smelling alcohol is
So that's why ever since I had that shop, I've been making sure to drink a lot of water to get that smell out of my mouth.
I mean, there's other things that will add something different to negate the smell of
horse shit.
Well, nasty or something.
No. I had a Diet Sprite, but that's good enough. I'm good. I'll be fine.
But you had a Diet Sprite since yesterday? Since 2 days ago?
No, I mean I had one today, so I'll be all right tonight if they stop me.
But you
they'll be like, have you been drinking? I'm like, nope,
well,
bad breath,
I guess
sir.
we did have the
a shot of whiskey.
Swig.
Johnny Walker Platinum.
Yes. Yeah, and making noise is part of reading the Megillah. Making noise.
Ah!
Just screaming randomly.
I don't know. That's what it sounds like in Tel Aviv. Sometimes people are just running down the street. Blah, blah.
No, I used to love. We had a Purim carnival in Kansas City at my shul.
Your shul?
Our shul, as in Shulkind. Our shul. It was really cool. They had a lot of neat events. It was an enjoyable time for all.
For all, would I have
all.
enjoyed it?
You may have enjoyed it.
Really?
There was food.
Well, I've been known to enjoy food.
There was food, and there were
bacon?
carnival games. There was no bacon, unfortunately.
Ham?
Yes.
Cheeseburgers?
No, it was good times. It was good times.
Bagel dogs with cheese? I know these are popular in
Bagel
Kansas.
dogs with cheese. Oh my god. No, it's just like because when you cook it, you can cut it and you can squeeze the
By
meat
cook it, do you mean
and
microwave it? Because that's what you do with a bagel dog. You microwave it until it explodes.
Yeah.
Then you cut the top off and pour in some ketchup, some mustard.
Yeah. Those things.
I know them well.
The mustard didn't work so well with the cheese dogs, but the ketchup was where it's at. Oh, Irene, what's up?
All right, Miriam. I wasn't arrested for smelling like alcohol. I was given a ticket for $248.50. It's not arrested.
About $350.
I'll tell you when I've been arrested. If it happens, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add to that.
Yeah.
What else is new? What else will be new?
I'm me and he's him. Those are our costumes. Sion asked what are our costumes. I may have mentioned that this was going to be a costume that we were going to celebrate and wear costumes.
I'm dressed as a guy in his room.
I'm dressed as a non-Jew. See, because I'm not celebrating Purim. Why would I? I'm not Jewish. See, that's my costume is goy.
I guess it works.
Yeah. See.
You just need the Iron Cross.
Hey, I'm the Punisher.
You just need a shirt with an Iron Cross on it.
I have one of them. You could find one in my closet. I have one. have a bandana that goes with it.
You wear that on the bus?
Were you there?
What, did you?
I got spoken to for some people when I wore that once here. I decided I'm not going to wear that anymore.
I think you told me about that.
That's when I packed that shirt away. I was like, what? No, it's a shit. Yeah.
I miss donuts.
It's not the point. The joke was, I got all right. I might as well tell the story now. Thanks a lot, Miriam. So, you ever see the movie Coming to America?
No.
I know you have because we previously have talked about this.
We may have seen it together 40 times.
No, we did not. I will not watch that movie.
Why?
And that's what I'm getting to.
Just let your soul glow.
It was a summer day, August of I don't remember when it was. 80-something or other. And I was at summer camp, and I worked at a summer camp as a waiter, and it was our day off, and we were in town going to see a movie. But we got there before the movie started, so we went across the street to this was what it said on the sign: authentic Chinese Italian restaurant and bar.
Okay.
So we went in, and everybody we were like 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
And everybody goes and grabs a seat in the restaurant. And
authentic Chinese Italian or Italian Chinese Italian, right?
Chinese Italian. That's what it said. Authentic. I'll say it again. Authentic Chinese Italian restaurant and bar.
Chinese style Italian food, or is it Italian style Chinese food?
It was Chinese food and Italian food. And they were
Chinese
both,
and Italian.
And they were both. Yeah. And they were both supposed to be authentic.
It's like a buffet.
No.
It's like mother, like a husband and wife.
Some
like
egg
half Italian.
You could get some egg rolls and chicken parm sandwich.
Okay. Wait, no, I didn't hear your answer. Was it buffet?
No, it was not. It was sit down, menu style.
Are the items like, in Italian, like Italian items and then Chinese items, or is it just like just a fucking cornucopia of nonsense?
This was like 30 years ago, James. I don't remember what the menu was like. But it was a menu. They probably had one section for Miriam. Do you remember what the menu was like? Okay, was it like one section was Chinese and one was Italian? I don't remember.
Stylized with like the Italian flag or like the
I'm sure it was something like that.
The Chinese one has dragons on it.
Here's part of why I didn't remember it. I don't remember what the menu was like because while everyone else went to the restaurant to go eat, I decided to go sit at the bar. Now,
how'd that work out for you?
It depends on what point of the evening it was. I had a fake ID on me, okay, and I told my camp counselor. I said, "Look, I'm gonna order a drink," and he said, "I'm not gonna." I said, "I'm gonna get a drink." He says, "I'm not gonna help you get a drink. I'm not getting you any drinks." I says, "No, I'll get it myself." He just said okay and just kind of walked away from me.
Out of sight, out of mind.
And I got myself a shot of Jack and a Budweiser, okay, and then I got myself another shot, and then I got myself another shot, and there might have been a couple more shots, and then another beer, in like 7 minutes or something. It was really quick, okay. I got to the table where everyone else was had ordered, where all the people were sitting there ordered food. I was completely shit-faced by the time I got to the table. Their food hadn't arrived yet. That's how short a period of time it was, okay? Fucking hammered. So everyone eats and everything. I eat no food. I hadn't had dinner. Nothing. So then we, it's time to go to the movies. We walk across the movie, and 5 minutes into the movie, I'm sorry. No. Yeah. Almost got things out of order. So like 5 minutes into the movie, I'm just like, this. I don't want to be sitting in a fucking movie. First of all, I wasn't interested in the movie. Okay, it didn't interest me. I was drunk. Okay, I wanted to be outside smoking cigarettes and just not inside this stupid movie. So me and my friend decided to leave. I got outside and a group of people asked me if I would go back to the bar and buy them a 6-pack. I don't remember it being any more than a 6-pack. It might have been a 12-pack, okay, but it wasn't like
very on the record.
It wasn't no. It wasn't like I got a case
officially.
of beer. It wasn't like I got a case of beer or a couple of cases and a keg or something. It wasn't a party ball.
I'm just foreshadowing where this.
It was either
where
6.
The story's going.
It was either 6 or 12 beers. Now, mind you, there had to be probably at least 6 people. I mean, nobody got more than 1 beer. Okay. Now, my friend was dating this girl.
That would be a 6-pack.
My friend was dating this girl, Courtney. Okay, well maybe there were 10 people and I got an 8 and I got a 12. I don't remember, but there weren't a lot of beers per person. Nobody could have been drunk off the amount of beers that I bought for this group of people. Okay, and even if not every one of them had one, maybe they got 2 each. How are you after 2 beers? Even if you fucking shotgun them, how are you after 2 beers? How are you at 16?
I am well. At 16? I don't know. It was in boarding school. We didn't really have beer then.
All right. So what would you have? Chardonnay? So all right. Where was I? So all right. So I get them these beers and they're drinking, right? Now my friend's girlfriend Courtney, she was standing next to me and she went to sit down and somehow spilled a beer all over me. Okay? I don't mean like, oops, I've spilled, this can of beer gave you a splash. I mean like she basically poured the fucking beer over my head
basically,
somehow.
or like intentionally like poured it on your
I
head?
don't think it was intentionally. I
Or
do
just
believe
like,
she was a complete and utter fucking idiot, okay?
Oh, okay,
I believe
yeah.
she was the type of girl that could have been drunk off the first beer and then spilt the second beer or what was left of the first beer onto me.
Like she's holding the beer and then she comes and gives you a big hug and pours it down your...
Essentially, but I'm sitting down
one
on the
of those
ground
idiots.
and she... Okay, now, after getting out of the movie, I didn't have any more alcohol, okay? I had some popcorn and a soda. I had some gum. For some reason, I feel like there might have been ice cream, but I don't remember. The point was that I had food and drink and substance in my mouth, and probably 45 minutes to an hour, at least, since I had any alcohol ingested that went in my body. Okay, on my body, 2 minutes. In my body, at least an hour.
I feel like you're stressing going into your body as opposed to not coming out of your body.
Yes,
Okay,
I want to make a
continue.
point. I may have still been drunk, but I no longer had alcohol on my breath. Okay,
All right.
so my friend Paul wanted more beer, but there wasn't any. And we decided. I think we were sitting on the bus, waiting for everyone else to get done with the movie and stuff. Smoking cigarettes, bullshit, and whatever. So we decided to go back into the movie theater, back into the movie, not to watch it, but to play some of the arcade games in the lobby.
All right.
So we jump off the bus, and he sees a beer can under the bus, and for some reason thinks, oh, there's a beer under the bus. Maybe it's a full beer that somehow, out of the 6 beers, maybe it's somehow, we didn't realize that a 6th beer, we only drank 5 and the 6th had gotten under. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. So he reaches under the bus, right, and picks up this. Now, he touches the can, and at that point, you have to realize that you're holding, an empty can. It's not full. It feels complete. The second you pick it up, you're going to know. The second you touch it, you're going to know that it's not a full can, right? So what does he do? He picks it up. Now, as he's doing this, what's going on behind us is a cop car is driving through the parking lot. And when I say parking lot, it was like this small dirt road that our bus had pulled on the side of that ran in front of the movie theater and the drive-in, okay? So I'm like, Paul, drop the can. Paul turns around. I'm facing the cop car. The cop car is now stopped and looking at me. And Paul is standing right next to me. And I say, Paul, drop it. And he turns around going towards the cop car and going, what? Woo! Bloop, bloop. He got lights on us. He's sitting there holding the beer can. I'm just like, this is not going to be happy. No more happy joy. We're not going to go play Space Invaders and some pinball. Okay, we are now going to be hassled by the fuzz. Okay, and we were hassled by the fuzz. And cop comes up. What are you doing? What blah blah. I'm like, we work at a summer camp, and we're going to the movies and everything. And the cop basically gets right up on me, trying to smell if there's alcohol in my breath. Okay, and he gets right up on me while I'm talking. He's asking me my name and my information. Right now, I know there's no alcohol on my breath, but I did take that beer shampoo a couple of minutes ago. Okay, so yes, I reek of alcohol. Thank you very much, Cuntney. Okay, and my friend Paul had a couple. Had two of those beers, and he wasn't drunk, but he stank of alcohol also. And we were ticketed $248.50. Now, I've been given a ticket or two in my life, okay? And it's usually like a $50 fine, $100 fine, a $250, never $248.50. So the running joke was the 50 cents were for donuts. They went to, so that's what she means by the yeah. Now, because we were underage and we had been drinking, and the cops. We didn't have any parental supervision. Our camp counselors were inside the movie. Okay, the cop wanted to take us in. Okay, and take us to juvie until someone had come and taking us out. And luckily,
taking you out.
Luckily, one of the other, they would have had to come and get us released or whatever.
I thought you
Or
meant
parents might have had to come or
kill you.
Yes, they would have made our counselor come and shoot us in the back of the head for doing this. But yeah, luckily, one of my coworkers, my co-waiters, one of the waitresses, I don't remember, ran inside and got our counselor, and we just got a ticket. $48.50. Dude, I'm not exaggerating. This was 31 years ago. And I remember $248.51 because of Matamora, Pennsylvania's police officers. 50 cents. Did I say 51 cents? No.
You just said
$248.50 in Matamoras because of the Chinese, the authentic Chinese Italian restaurant.
It's like these fucking idiots that
I feel like I just told the Alice's restaurant story.
That insist that there are 52 states in the United States. Insist.
Well, yeah, you got to count the jokers.
But wait, what does that have to do with Coming to America?
That's the movie that we walked out of. That's why I hate that.
Because you were drunk.
I've seen it sober since I didn't like it. I won't watch it. I hate it.
That's a different story.
I have PTSD about this movie.
I don't know why.
I could not like it.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
Well, 8 shots of Jacks and 2 beers, and you won't like it so much.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
What's that ride where you spin around really fast and then the floor drops out? The centrifuge. Right? Imagine watching that movie in the centrifuge. That's what it was like, essentially.
Actually, like if the screen were stationary in front of you the whole way?
No. It's stationary in the middle, and you're spinning around it.
I wouldn't really even notice it as a screen then. It would just be like a column of...
At the same time, you're being kicked in the nuts by a midget robot.
Oh, yeah, no, I would hate it. I don't know if I would hate it because of... I don't know if I would hate the movie because of the midget robot kicking me in the nuts. I don't think I would... I think I'm beyond making that association. But, yeah. So an hour and a half show is good?
Yeah.
All right.
Hope you all like that story.
That was good times.
I guess that might have been a little... I don't know if that was funnier than the farting in my face story. I don't know. This was a good show, though. You got some good stories out of me.
Good story out of me? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, and for the rest of that summer, we weren't... Me and my friend weren't allowed to leave camp on our day off. we had to stay back.
We never left camp. We'll save camp stories for next week.
Well, we were employees. We weren't campers.
All right, so we'll talk those things.
All right.
Next week.
And tomorrow will be stories from camp.
Campfire stories.
Did you guys have a camp song? We'll sing them tomorrow.
We'll
next
sing
week.
camp songs.
We'll sing. Yeah. We're gonna set James's desk on fire, and then we're gonna sit around it and telling camp stories next week. Spay and neuter yourselves. Oh.